Well, hello. Welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy. And we are going to be doing Defember. But I thought you'd like to meet my new crafting buddy. Say hi. This is Bubba. This is my new crafting buddy. And I think this is really all about me. I'm the reason Santa has a naughty list. So there you go. There's Bubba. He sits on the side of my desk there. Keeps me company while I'm crafting. But we're not about teddy bears today, are we? What we are actually about is, let's have a look, clocks and wings. So what page are we on now? We're on this one here that says number 12. Oh, and actually, before I go any further, I did get myself some of these reinforcing rings. So, whoops. Oh, okay. That's interesting. You can't pull it that way, Claire. You've got to pull it this way. Because I'm just conscious that this is very thin paper. So I just want to put these on and make sure that our pages don't tear. There you go. Right, so clocks and wings. Well, when I read that, I started thinking of the flying snitch from Harry Potter. And then I was wondering all about this sort of crazy mystical world. And I dug out some clocks. This is some Tim Holtz paper. Got some clocks there. And then I started printing Barbara's freebie and my printer went crazy on me. And I thought, do you know what? We really are going to be doing mythical and crazy. So, we've got here these two people from Witchcraft You Do. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut him out, because it was always in my mind that we would use him. So I'm just going to go round and fussy cut him. How are you? What have you all been up to? Obviously I only saw you yesterday, didn't I? So, I want to cut his face off. But I think we'll do that after we've cut the whole thing off. So let's cut him out completely. Yeah, as I say, I only saw you yesterday. So I'm going to do that so I can get in here a bit better. I'm not too worried because I'm going to cut his face off. I'm not too worried about getting that completely accurate. Sorry, I can't get a whole sentence out, can I? Yes, I only saw you yesterday, so I doubt you've done very much since you were here last. I'm well and truly into the swing of Christmas. I've popped round and seen the lovely Denise, because we meet up on a Wednesday. But before I went, I was going to make some peppermint creams to add to the Christmas stash, because I've already done the Christmas pudding and the mince pies are in the freezer. Christmas pudding's not in the freezer, but the mince pies are. And I've done my Christmas cake, it just needs icing. And I thought, do you know what? Let's add some peppermint creams to the mix. Well then, whilst rifling through the cupboard, I realised that I didn't actually have any green food dye or any peppermint essence. Right, so I've cut his hat off. I need to find a hole punch so that I can cut out one of these clocks. Yeah, so I rummaged around and I found that I did have, now which one do we want? which one goes best? I think this one probably goes best with him. I did have some orange flavouring, and I did have red and yellow food colouring. So I think, yeah, we need to cut it at his chin. There you go. Made some orange creams. Then I got told off by Denise because I didn't take any round for her to sample. Now you can probably see some lines on him. This was the aftermath of that computer, not computer, this printer. Now he's slightly too big for this page, as we can see. Not overly worried about that. We can have him sticking out. We don't need his face. This is also very Victoriana, isn't it? Because they used to put animal heads and things, see, on bodies. So it's mythical and Victorian and all those crazy little things. Right, you've met Bubba. You've worked out how fat I'm going to get over Christmas, eating all these goodies. There's his hat, and I think because it's crazy, we'll put his hat on the slant like that. And then what I thought about this was, I think I'm going to cut the body out. We're not going to use the body, we're going to use each of the wings. So trim these down. It's oddly, because this is obviously once I'd fixed the printer issues, because this one has printed beautifully. And I've come to realise that I absolutely adore my printer. I've spoken to you about my printer before. It's an Epson Eco Tank. Don't cut his little tail bit off, Claire. Epson Eco Tank 2750. But I've come to realise that it prints so well that it sort of clogs its ink heads up, so you do have to do a lot of head cleaning, but it's worth it, because when it's working properly, the prints you get are just sublime quality, in my opinion. So it's worth the effort, it really is. And I'm making an awful job of fussy cutting this as usual. Right, now I think his wings should be his ears. Now we're going to have to, so it's going to go like between 2, 3 and 4. So he's got wing ears and a clock face. So craziness. So yeah, that's about it really. That's about all I've done, apart from normal boring housework and such like. But I've got a plan brewing in my mind for a new journal. Actually, it's a lie, I've got two plans. I want to make one that's got its own protection. I have made a few recently where I've made a bag to go with them, but this time I'd like to make the protection, which is what the bag is, isn't it, as part of the actual journal. So There'll be a bit of fabric and stitching involved, but as you know, I quite like that. There we go. So there's his other ear. He's a bit crazy, isn't he? We're going to put his hat on the slant like that. Might need to go that way a little bit, but we can deal with that in a minute. And then what I did think was, I didn't really want to lose this one. And this is on this lovely newsprint paper. So I thought what I would do with this one is put it on his, either on his shoulder or on his hat. We'll see. It might be too big now looking at it. It might not work. And obviously the one that Barbara offered us originally was a full A4. So I did this at quarter, so 4 to a page to get it to this particular size. Just in case you were wondering. I'm going to cut the tail off this one. Excuse me. Should be drinking that coffee that's at the side of me. It'll be cold again as always. And then I was thinking, if we tilt his hat actually that way, this could be on his hat. Do I then take that one off? See, we're auditioning now and confusing ourselves. It's too close, I think. So do we now make that part of his lapel? Or do we just leave it off, Claire? And in doing that, I've noticed there's a right. Let's glue him down and see how we get on. I wonder if it just goes under his hat. No, I don't like it. Stick with the two and be done with it, woman. What is the matter with you? So, first things first. Oh, just a second. There's someone at the door. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. There was a man with a rather large box at the door. That time of year, isn't it? So, I'm not going to glue the top bit just yet, because I want to get this glued down. And I didn't need to go all the way to the edge, did I? Because there's a bit of it sticking out. We're going to go there, like that. And then I'm going to glue that side and that side. And I'm going to pop the wing between 10 and 8 is what we want. And then we're going to pop this one between 2 and 4. See, it's a bit like that flying snitch thing, isn't it? And then we're obviously going to glue the back of all of this. Whoops, except I've pulled that wing off now. That was silly, Claire. Is that now in the right place? Yep. And glue that wing. And then I'm going to slide this just slightly under the collar, like that. And stick that down. Now, we haven't done his little tail bits, so we'll stick that down. And under there. We can trim this bit off because we don't need that bit. There we go. Now, I just want to slide that round a little bit. So 12 is definitely at the top. And we've got to decide where we're putting his hat. Are we putting it square on his head? I mean, a bowler hat is a bit prim and proper, isn't it? A bit posh. Should maybe be legit. See, that would be the proper place. But I feel like I want it on the scoop, because that's what makes me smile today. I love it. Crazy, love it. Yeah, no, I don't want that one on there, but I do want something. I feel like there should be something down the bottom here. And no, it's too big. Right, so in my tub of pre-cuts, what have we got? See, that's the smaller version of him. Ooh. I don't want to fussy cut all of that. So what about that one? Oh yes, we could put that on there. Don't stick it down yet, Claire, because he's got his hanky in his pocket and he's got flowers on his lapel. What if, I mean that's too big, but what if we had like a sort of business card or something sticking out of there? I've got those ones, they're the right colours, and this one is sort of the right colour. Yes, see, we could pop that one on there, couldn't we? Or do we think that maybe that's 64? Always drawn to this because it's got the word soap in it. I know it's crazy, but I think actually that one's better. Let's have a little look. Yes. Do we want a mini version to go on his hat? Because I was saying about, I feel like there should be something. Just flicking to find something the right. Now also, if I tear this, could stick that in his bowler hat. Now I should have done that before I glued it down, obviously, but you know, hindsight and all that. So if we just cut through there, we'll have to make sure that whatever it is that we're doing on the next page, here you go, he's got a little note on his hat now. Whatever we're doing on the next page, we'll have to make sure we cover up that hole, but that's fine. It's all in the creative process, is it not? There we go. So he's got a little note on his hat, and then we're going to put this. Oops. Do you know what? While we're cutting, let's cut. So I'm going to trim his, or cut a line into his lapel. like that, and there, so that they meet, and then we can poke that forward and we can put that under his lapel like that. Sorry, this desk is suddenly very crowded, isn't it? Huge great desk working in 4 inches, don't we all do that? And then we can add this to the bottom of our page, turn it over, make sure it's lined up on the very bottom, and we can trim it off and trim that off. Do you know what it reminds me of now? It reminds me of someone who's had a jolly good time at Ascot. Maybe one too many drinks while placing his bets. What do you think? I love him. I absolutely love him. A little bit of craziness. Yeah, I love him a lot. Oh dear. So what is it that we're going to put on that page that we've cut into tomorrow? Oh, well, there isn't a tomorrow. Because there is no Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's going to be Halloween meets Christmas is what we're going to put on the back there on Monday. Well, I think that'll be quite easy, won't it? Right, well, as always, I would like to say a huge thank you to you for coming along and spending time with me. I hope you found some joy while you were here. Stay safe. I will see you on Monday. Ta-ta for now.